So the first character we're going to be talking about is Breach. The first ability that Breach has is this ability called Aftershock. So it goes through walls like this. So you can clear out corners and stuff with this ability, and it one-shots no matter what. It will do half damage to me since I'm doing it to myself. But that would kill me. Breach's next ability is his Flashpoint. It's the best flash in the game, lasting 2 seconds long. So you do it through a wall. So I'll test it with Cypher here. Flash. He's fully flashed for 2 seconds long. And you get 2 in one game. The next ability is the Fault Line, which dazes all enemies when you charge it up. You can charge it up to do the distance. Look on the map, top left. Do it right here. And he's dazed. See, his fire rate is severely increased, and his vision is really bad. And finally is his ult. This ult is one of the best ults in the game for taking a site. So basically, it's the Fault Line, but just a better version. It does a huge radius, and it knocks them back. I'll do it on this Cypher. So it knocked him back and did the same effects as Fault Line, and that's Breach. The next agent we're going to be talking about is Brimstone. So Brimstone's first ability is his Stim Beacon, which greatly increases his fire rate. I'll show you on Cypher. See that fire rate without it? It's the fire rate. Let it go away. That's the fire rate. With it, this is the fire rate. That's the first ability, Combat Sim. The second ability is his Incendiary, which is a molly that does a lot of damage. It's a fire molly. This is only half damage. It will do double damage. That's the second ability, Incendiary. The next ability are his Sky Smokes. You get 3 per round, and then you can the longest lasting smokes in the game. You can put it anywhere on the map that's close to you in this half map radius. You right click, and it places all those smokes. It takes a while to initiate though. Then you got Brim's Orbital Strike, his ult. This does a lot of damage in a massive radius over time. I mean, this is half damage. On the Cypher, it would do double damage. That's Brimstone. The next agent we're going to be talking about is Cypher. Cypher's first ability, his Trapwires or Tripwires, whatever you like to call them, is a setup ability you place on one end of a wall. And when an enemy walks into it, they get tagged, and then you can see them through walls. That's his first ability, Trapwire. You get 2 of them per round. His next ability, Cyber Cage, is a smoke that you can set off to detonate by clicking F. You have to throw it on the ground, though. That's his second ability, Cyber Cage. His next ability is his main ability, Spy Cam. It's his camera that allows him to go anywhere on the map. Click the same button that you use to put the camera. You can see where a good 180-degree vision with the camera. That's just, and then you can go back and pick it back up when you want to move it to somewhere else. That's his second ability, Spy Cam. His ultimate, Neural Theft, is whenever you kill someone, you use the ultimate on them, on their corpse. You have 15 seconds to use it or it expires, and it shows everyone on their team on the map are through walls. It's really OP to find out where all of them are. And that's Cypher. The next agent we'll be talking about is Jet. Jet's first ability, her Cloudburst, allow her to put smokes anywhere, and then she can curve it by looking that way, like this. And she has 3 of them per round, and they last for 7 seconds. Jet's second ability, her Updraft, allows her to fly in the air, like this. Allows her to go to a certain distance up in the air. And if you hold space after doing it, you can hover. You do it twice, and then you like this. Her second ability, her Tailwind, allows her to dash forward like this. She gets 1 per round, and after she uses it, if she gets 2 more kills, she can reuse it. This last ability, Bladestorm, allows her to get 6 knives, which she can do damage with. It does 50 damage per body shot, and 150 damage headshot, so 1 shot's head. You can left click and get more accuracy, or you can do it risky and right click, which is all at the same time, but it has decreased accuracy. But they are OP if you know how to use it well. And you can combine it with updraft and stay in the air and do it. Still perfect accuracy. You can also tailwind updraft twice and then do this. And yeah, that's the Agent Jet. The next agent we'll be talking about is Killjoy. Killjoy's first ability, her Nanostorm, allows her to either throw or toss. And you click F to detonate. It does 15 damage per second. Again, doing 1/3 of the damage to me. Killjoy's second ability, her Alarm Bot, allows her, when an enemy comes in front of the Alarm Bot triggers, making them vulnerable, which means they take double damage from every source. Killjoy's next ability, her Turret, shoots at anyone that comes in a 180-degree field of view. It does 15 damage per burst, and each burst takes about 1 or 2 seconds. And Killjoy's last ability, her Lockdown, her ult, allows her to get a huge radius. See right here, here's the wall. Anyone inside this radius will be detained. So for 8 seconds, they can't. Their knife will be out, and they'll be extremely slow. And that's Agent Killjoy. The next agent we'll be talking about is Omen. So Omen's first ability, his Shroud of Step, allows him to teleport in a certain range. So I'll show you right here. Takes a few seconds to teleport, and after you teleport, you can't move for like 1 second. Omen's second ability, his Paranoia, allows him to throw a blind orb that blinds anyone in his direction. And it makes it so they have a short field of view, and it's like Minecraft blindness, basically, the exact same thing. You can go through walls too. Omen's second ability is Dark Cover, so basically it allows them to put a smoke anywhere on the map by clicking left mouse button, right mouse button. To the distance matters on that. And then if you click R, you can put it anywhere on the map. You can see the map too. Like right here, you can see everywhere on the map. And then you click E, and then makes a smoke that no one can see through. Omen's next ability, From the Shadows, his ult allows him to teleport anywhere on the map. I'll show you right here. And then you TP'd there. And you can also click the same button you used to do the ult and cancel it, and then go back to where you originally were. That's Agent Omen. The next agent we'll be covering is Phoenix. So Phoenix's first ability, his Blaze Wall, allows him to put a wall in a certain range that covers no one can see through it, and it heals Phoenix when he has taken damage. And you can also curve it by moving your mouse like this. Oh, Phoenix's next ability, Curveball, allows him to blind anyone at the edge of the wall. So you can do this. It won't blind you, but it'll blind anyone over there. And the opposite way. Blind them over there. See, look at this bot. Blinded right there. You can also do that if you do it in front of them. You can look behind. So this is the full blind effect. And if you get flashed but you look away at the right second, it will only last for a short period of time. His next ability, Hot Hands, allows him to throw an orb of fire that heals himself and does damage to enemies. He can throw it or toss it. His ultimate, his Run It Back, allows him to go somewhere. So he can do this. And then he can rush into any site. And if someone kills him, he just respawns back at where he started his ult. So pretend I die right here. I go back over here. And there's a limit you can have on it. And if someone finds the area that you ulted in, they'll just wait there and wait for you to come back. And they'll just kill you, see? In this period of time, they can just kill you right here. And that's the Agent Omen. Next agent we'll be covering is Raze. Raze's Boomba allows her to put an explosive that follows in a certain trajectory. And when it comes in contact with an enemy, it will explode doing about 70 damage. And they can destroy it by shooting at it. Raze's next ability, her Blast Pack or Satchel, allows her to throw an explosive that you click the same button that you use the satchel on to explode. So you can use this to fly like this. You can also combine it with her other abilities, like for say her ult, which I'll be covering later. Her next ability, Paint Shell, allows her to throw a grenade anywhere. She can also Kobe with it. This will do about 100 damage if it's direct hit. And this thing it spreads out into shrapnels. Her ultimate ability, her showstopper, allows her to get an RPG that one-shots at any range if it's a direct hit. If it's on the side, it'll do like 170 damage based on how much of it hits. You can also combine this with your blast back like this. You can use it to boost yourself really far, or you can just blast back twice and then shoot at the enemy. And that's the agent raise. The next agent we'll be covering is Reyna, my main. Her first ability, her Leer, allows it to blind. Anyone looking at this eye will be blinded. And they can destroy the eye really easily, but you can do it on the ground, you can do it in the sky to kind of confuse the enemy a bit. But that's the Leer ability. Her next ability, Devour, allows her to kill an enemy and then heal herself at least 100 HP. So I kill Q, it healed myself. I'm full HP, so it won't show, but I'm actually gonna heal like 100 HP per. It's really OP. The next ability, Dismiss, which is similar to Devour, but instead of healing, you dismiss and you become invulnerable for a few seconds. And you can escape like if there's another enemy after you kill one, like this. If you want to do it, make it shorter, you click the same button again to cancel. Reyna's ultimate Empress allows her to get increased fire rate, and when she kills someone, she automatically heals instead of having to click Devour. And you can dismiss, which makes you invisible it makes you invulnerable and invisible at the same time, so they can't see me. It's really OP. Look at the fire rate. It's like 1.5 or 2.2 times fire rate. I don't know what it is. So watch. Without Empress is the fire rate. With Empress. And that's the agent Reyna. Next agent we'll be covering is Sage. Her first ability is her barrier, which allows her to put a wall anywhere. And no one can go through this, not like Phoenix's Blaze Wall. But you can destroy it. The gun, knife, or anything, but it will block off anyone's sight, and you can do it horizontal or vertical. This is vertical. You can also lift yourself up with your wall. And if you hold right mouse button, you can do it in certain directions, like this. This is a weird direction. Yeah, you can do different directions. Next ability, your slow orb, allows her to throw an orb that it slows down enemies. Look how slow you go on this. It lasts for around 5 seconds, and you have 2 per round. And you can combine this with the other abilities, say like Phoenix's Hot Hands or Brimstone's Incendiary, to make it really powerful. It's hard for them to escape from it. Her next ability, her main ability, Healing Orb, allows her to heal any teammates up to 100 HP, no shield. But she can also heal herself with the right click, heal teammates with the left click. Her ultimate ability, Resurrection, allows her to get a teammate from the dead, back alive. So you just click it on their body, they come back alive in that round. You need 7 ult points for it, and that's the agent Sage. The next agent we'll be covering is Sova. So Sova's Owl Drone allows him to send a drone that can look anywhere, that has a certain amount of battery limit on the bottom. And you can look anywhere, and you can tag someone, and then you can see them through the walls. It only lasts that long, and you can cancel it by clicking the same button you activated it with, like that. His next ability, Shock Bolt, allows him to do an arrow that does damage. This does half damage to me, so to myself. But you can add 1 bounce, so it bounces like that, or you can add 2 bounces. Let me do 2 bounces. And you can do how much you want to charge it up. So you can do it like halfway, do it 1/3, do it 2/3, and that's his Shock Bolt. Okay, his next ability is Recon Bolt, which is similar. It's just another bow, but instead it shows anyone that it surrounds with this aura. It shows where they are, unless they're behind the wall. So if I'm right here, if I was an enemy, it would catch me. They could see me through a wall from anywhere on the map. But if I was right here, see, it still comes here, but they can't see me. And that's his Recon Bolt. His ultimate ability is Hunter's Fury, gives them a really powerful bow that does 70 to 80 damage per. And you can do it anywhere. It shoots through the whole entire map, or like 3/4 of the map. And it's if you tag someone, it shows where they are on the map too. And that's the Agent Sova. Now we'll be covering the last Agent Viper. Her Snake Bite is another molly. It does little to no damage. It does double damage on enemies, but it's one of the weakest mollies in the game. But it makes them vulnerable, which makes them take 2 times damage from every other source. So if you combine this with your gun, it's really OP. Like that. Her next ability, or Poison Cloud, allows her to throw or toss. And you can click the same button to activate a Poison Orb. It's a dense cloud of smoke that no one can look through, and you can click it again and cancel it. And there's a cooldown before you can use it again. Can also use it again. You can toss it too. Her next ability, her Toxic Screen, allows her to do a huge poison wall that goes a huge radius that can go through walls. And you can activate it. It's like Phoenix's Blaze Wall, but a lot longer. And you decay over time, enemies. And the Poison Cloud, you also decay. Which is basically you take damage over time, but when you come out of it, you regenerate all the health you took over time. And you have a limited amount of toxin per ability. So if you have both activated, it'll take 5. If you have one activated, it'll still take 5. The final ability we'll be covering today is Viper's Pit. So this one, you put it anywhere. She's a huge cloud of smoke that Viper can, if she goes out of it, it will go away in 15 seconds. Smoke integrity 15 seconds. And if you stay in it, enemies will get decayed. So if they stay in you for too long, they'll go to like 1 HP. Viper will be fine though. The enemy Viper still won't. And that's the final ability, Viper's Pit.